YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we got another video here by Rev Say Desu. Fans reject Netflix cringe Devil May Cry series and its pretentious producer. Okay, let's see what's going on. I never watched the new Devil May Cry series. I was kind of tempted to, but I never really got the time. So let's see what the fans are saying. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let's jump into the video. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So it's been 1 week since its release on Netflix, and a lot of people are talking about the latest Devil May Cry series. This is one that took a beloved franchise and did what Netflix does best and turn it into a pretentious cringe festival. Now, there's a lot to talk about in terms of the substance of this series, but we have to understand who's behind it. And one of the people who's behind it is the executive producer, Shankar. Now, he's known for other series like Castlevania, but he's known for another thing, and that is being unbelievably cringe. And I don't like throwing out the word cringe willy-nilly just because someone's a little different or weird or whatever, but this guy is the epitome of cringe. In fact, here...
For me to say about cringe, I need to see what is happening on the show. Like, legit, I love the Devil May Cry series, but I need to watch the anime before I give my judgment. 8 episodes, not that much, you know?
He is making an appearance at WWE Raw and cosplaying as Dante and looking real serious, and also being called the creator of Devil May Cry, which is interesting. It might be a shock to the creator that apparently Shankar is actually the one who did it instead of just being an executive producer. But anyways, that is something that a lot of people are looking at and thinking, wow, this guy's just another self-insert. And you know what? You might be right, because this was something that was planted many, many years ago. He was cosplaying back in 2018, open for business, 7 years ago, planting the seed for this Netflix series. And unfortunately, of Lyle Rath here, who is a actor and musician who's been a part of series like Smiling Friends and Hell of a Boss, back in 2018 saying, oh shit, you're a really good fit for DMC. That would age very poorly, unfortunately, for this man. People now in 2025, 7 years later, coming back to this comment and saying, you did this. This is all your fault. Yeah, unfortunate situation there. But what's going on with this new series? Well, you can see this headline from Bounding Into Comics here. Netflix's Devil May Cry turns Dante's story into allegory for war on terror, complete with American invasion of hell set to Green Day's American Idiot. I was trying not to laugh while reading this headline, but it's so ridiculous and yet so accurate, because that's exactly what's happening. I mean, here's literally some shots. As you can see, Americans unloading missiles right into hell while Green Day's American Idiot plays in the background. Absolute cinema, pure unadulterated cringe, as you can see, and people are defending this, and this is something you'll see throughout the video. People are very eager to defend this new series. This individual saying, I haven't watched the show, but deadass, what's wrong with having an anti-imperialist message?
Well, I feel like, you know, if you haven't watched the show, you shouldn't have zero opinion about it, you know? I feel like you first gotta watch it in order for you to have an opinion. I feel like, I don't know, from the outside, my perspective, it looks good. So I haven't watched it in order for me to give my full judgment. I need to watch this. I wanted to watch this on my YouTube, but I realized that, oh snap, it's a Netflix series. It's already there, you know?
Mayo, do Americans think we should never be criticized? LOL. Well, you can criticize America all you want, but I am failing to understand what America's war on terror has to do with Devil May Cry. Like, please, talk to me like I'm completely lost. Explain to me why this makes any sense for the series.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. But anyways, moving on, more people were defending this. You see this Eddie individual. You might remember this person. They were the big BioWare shill, the person who was basically crying after the game, or Dragon Age the Veilguard was falling apart, and BioWare was falling apart as a result, and they thought maybe they weren't so inclusive after all, because this was the same person who was cheering and celebrating when they offered top surgery scars for characters. But anyways, I guess they found their latest one they want to defend here, saying, as soon as I saw Devil May Cry holding a mirror up to the American government while Green Day's American Idiot played in the background, I knew that a certain demographic of people would rage quit, and Twitter is proving me right. LOL. Oh dear. Yeah,
Yeah.
that corporate bootlicking is absolutely wild, by the way. From one
Lol.
corporation to the next, from BioWare now to
Again, Green Day. I don't know what is Green Day's American Idiot. Like I think I'm kind of missing the whole shtick. So this is Green Day American Idiot. Don't wanna be an American idiot. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see. Not the type of music I would listen to. But it's not a bad song. Let's see. Let's continue.
Netflix just to own the chuds. This person would basically ratio them saying, I hope the media you love is also turned into something it was never about by a bunch of hacks, and people throw this back in your face. And then Eddie says, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion. Wow. What a
Wow,
great comeback right there. Great
that's
counterpoint.
funny.
But let's continue on with the cringe of Devil May Cry on Netflix. So, however, in Shankar and Netflix's take on the series, hell is instead depicted as a full-on separate universe a la DC or Marvel Comics, with its
What?
inhabitants being not demons, but rather a related but separate evolutionary branch from Homo sapiens. They are
Oh, what, like
natives of another
demi-humans?
universe, one that exists parallel to our own, explains Dr. Fisher, the scientific director of the series,
Lol.
Mysterious Darkcom Group, to the US President and his Joint Chiefs of Staff of a mysterious terrorist group that laid waste to the Vatican just hours prior to the start of the first episode. My current hypothesis is that our common ancestors found their way into this other universe where they adapted and became stronger, able to survive the more hostile environment. We're doing it, guys. We're doing
Okay.
it again. The demons are actually misunderstood. Yep, we've seen this one before, and it's very obvious in this series. All these poor demons are trying to do is just heckin' survive. They're just trying to heckin' survive, Reddit. You can see, basically, they're doing the thing. This is the most recent thing you see all the time with series. We saw with Lord of the Rings very recently, where the what's
Oh.
supposed to be completely 100% irredeemably evil orcs.
Also, they're kind of making like the demons have feelings. Okay, the Lord of the Rings one. I've watched Lord of the Rings like full and full. All three fucking movies. Ugh, dude. I don't know, 3 hours or 4 hours of magic. Now seeing now them turn the orcs into like some people that we must feel some type of way for pissed me off, because it's like, bro, orcs literally were made, but I don't know, is it Sauron or whatever? I forgot the lore. I watched it a long time ago. But now they're doing this to the demons. I don't know. Still need to watch the show.
Are now, they're just a little misunderstood. They're just going through a tough time, you know? Yeah, we saw that before, and how'd that work out? Well, people hated it.
Oh no,
And
I
this
hated the Lord
Freerin
of the
meme is
Rings.
going to ring true once again, whether it's Starship Troopers or
What does the Freeman meme say? You don't get to call someone racist and fascist, then say bugs, demons, and monsters represent minority groups. Ooh, okay.
Freerin. When you're saying that bugs and demons and monsters are all these misunderstood parties, and in some cases they even try to claim oppressed minority groups, you know you're off your rocker when you're calling bugs, demons, and monsters representative of real life minorities. You know you've completely lost the plot. But
True.
anyways, we continue on. This was actually kind of something that was hinted at a while ago, back in March of this year. You can see this post. Demons aren't evil, you're all just bigots, end quote. We're reaching levels of religion bad we didn't think were possible. Of course, the whole demons are actually the good guys thing always goes hand in hand with religion bad. That's the message of our film. Please give us lots of watch time. But this, like I said, back in March, and
I
Shankar,
guess I think they kind of missing the simplicity of demons and good people. I don't know. Yeah, I just need to watch this. I need to watch this show. Like I feel like I'm missing the point because I don't know. I have a feeling in my heart that this shit is gonna be good, because I almost did watch it, but I just didn't because I wanted to watch something else. So yeah, I don't know.
Would actually reply to this, saying, feels like a bad faith take. My show isn't saying a religion bad. Ooh, this would age poorly and get hit with a community note. Once again, community notes, the best thing that Twitter has uh, improved
Wow,
upon.
they even
Total.
got
Like
community
Elon
noted.
Musk, if you can give him one thing he did right with Twitter,
It's
it's right
community
here.
notes.
The community note system, the rehaul, this is what you
Mm-hmm.
get. Pure gold. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
it says Adi Shankar, in fact, portrayed religion as bad in the new Devil May Cry show.
That's
The only
funny.
character who talks about the Lord is the corrupt politician. Jesus Christ was added to Devil May Cry just to make him an accessory to an obvious setup villain. And this is the tweet
Wow.
that they are referring to. And yeah, they're not really lying. Like, this isn't exactly an exaggeration. They introduce Christianity.
Again, guys, this is a fictional story, so I feel like we shouldn't be taking this shit too seriously. It's fictional, you know. It's all just made up.
Into DMC, the Netflix show, just to be like a setup for Religion Bad. That's it. That's the only role it plays. One character, one little accessory. That's it. This guy lied. He lied in a lame way too. Like he didn't even like go hard on it. He just wanted to basically wedge Religion Bad in there with one character, and that's it. So back in March when he said it's not about Religion Bad, he lied. He got caught in 4K thanks to the community note system, and you can see, whew, this is the reply here to that saying you wrote the text. The text is clear. It's not our fault. We see it for what it is. Do better. And that was back in
Damn.
March. And look at the ratio 20,000 likes to Shankar's 3,000. If you haven't
Mm.
noticed already, there's the theme. Every time I see Shankar saying anything on Twitter, he's getting ratioed into the shadow realm. Like, it's
Yeah.
actually insane how much this guy gets bodied. You know, despite being a very prominent figure in the entertainment industry, he can't get anyone to agree with him on anything, especially when it comes to his creative choices
Lol.
involving the series he is working with. But, of course, he's got some explaining to do because,
Let's
as you
see
can see,
this.
this whole series is a great departure from anything people expected based on this franchise. So here's his
Wow.
sort of mentality that
Oh no, that's bad. One thing which I don't like is when there's a series that's already created. For example, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Devil May Cry. I feel like you never should betray what makes the shows the show. Because now you're trying to chase a new audience, but you're betraying the old audience. So it's just weird. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
he posted back in March as well. This was about a week after the whole religion bad scenario we just saw. So he says this: I operate under two distinct creative banners. Bootleg Universe, where I remix, reinterpret, and intentionally take bold liberties and subvert existing IPs. Adi Shankar Animation version, where I play things straight, honoring the source material's core essence. And then down here he says Devil May Cry falls under the Adi Shankar Animation, where fidelity to the original spirit of the IP guides every creative decision.
Well, if you say
Are you
so.
sure about that? Are you actually sure about that? Because just based on these small bits we've seen, what a departure from Devil May Cry. It looks absolutely nothing like it. It's inserting a bunch of political stuff, a bunch of things that have happened over the past couple of decades in the world. And yeah, it's a great departure. It is not the Adi Shankar Animation distinctive creative banner this guy is pretentiously talking about. But of course, there's always people ready to defend slop. This person saying with
Let's see.
nearly 5,000 likes, the fact Devil May Cry is getting so much hate just because it follows a different canon to the games is wild. Just enjoy it. Yeah, that's right.
Well, I feel like the games are the reason why we love it. Like, there was never no Devil May Cry the anime. It was the games. We love the games. to be all fairness and truth, the only Devil May Cry I've played was Devil May Cry 5. I was kind of broke back in the days for me to buy the old ones, but at least I got an opportunity to buy 5. So yeah, you know.
Just consume products. Stop complaining. Just take whatever Netflix is going to shove down your throat because, well, you should just enjoy it.
No, of course, Netflix. I feel like what's his name? Delicious in Dungeon was a good anime from Netflix. But I feel like every time when they take like an IP that's already popular or famous and they try to remix or reinterpret it, they fuck it up. No lie, you know?
Be grateful. Yes, this is unfortunately the modern audience that just kind of accepts whatever's coming their way, and this is why a lot of shows are failing and causing damage to the industry as a whole. Here's another one, 9,000 likes, saying, Devil May Cry fans when the Netflix non-canon adaptation doesn't follow the game's lore perfectly. And then this user says,
because it should. Like like if you're not following the game's lore perfectly, who are you actually making this for? Because dude, there's a lot of people that play Devil May Cry. Even though it was rough, number three, number one, number two, they were okay. Number three was the Dark Ages. Number four was chilled. Then we got number five. I mean, you got to follow the law. I mean, there are 5 Devil May Cries out. You've got to follow the law. You can't betray that shit.
my god, some people want Devil May Cry to be like Devil May Cry. What's their problem? Yeah, getting 38,000
That's insane.
likes, thank
guys.
God,
Come
actually
on,
ratioing that previous post because, yeah, isn't that crazy? People want their Devil May Cry series to actually look like Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Holy moly, what
that.
a revelation we're seeing.
I wanted that. I thought that was gonna be what I was gonna be watching, not like a whole remix and
right
canon
there.
version.
But of course, there were some unfortunate moments here where Netflix was trying to promote this and ended up just increasing the cringe doses here to levels we couldn't possibly imagine.
And what also stopped me from watching it? I watched this trailer. It looks a bit rough. It looked a bit rough, you know. I think what hurt me was watching Windbreaker season 1. I watched Windbreaker season 1. I watched Jujutsu Kaisen, and I watched which other show Solo Leveling. So I feel like the way that and Wistoria again. I watched Wistoria again. The cater and like attention to detail of the fight scenes, the movement and combat. When I watched this, I was like, no, I'm gonna watch something else. So then that's what stopped me.
Just one scene. And people were memeing on this, including this quote, sharing a section of dialogue from it saying, convincing you not to watch Devil May Cry with just one picture. He was a demon knight, whatever that means, big bad warrior, blah, blah, blah. 2,000 years ago, when our world was still connected to their shithole, and Mundus wasn't happy just ruling the shithole, and I guess Sparta woke up and one day and realized, hey, this is evil as F. He fought against Mundus, taking out hundreds of his own former legions. Kind of the least he could effing do, really. Yeah, this was made in a lab that produces all the cringe that we see in the world, the stuff you see on TikTok, Zoomer language, all this sort of stuff. It's just insufferable writing and dialogue here. And also, you notice they're swearing every 2 seconds. That's another thing people are clowning on the series for. Just a very weird amount of cursing. Like, there's no issue with cursing. Nobody really cares. But it's very odd when every other word just has a random curse word in it. Like, it's so forced and trying to be, like, edgy. There's plenty of clips people have posted that I could show, but they would get this video demonetized. But you get the point, right? And then they tried this whole thing. They went the VTuber route, saying, get a load of this guy. We know you're trying to. Dante is officially my new favorite influencer. You know, I'm going to be real. I don't really know what's going on here. Even a guy who's into VTubers and all that, I don't know, man. I also don't know. I don't know what they were trying to do with this one, and people are, again, cringing out. Yeah, and also don't go to Reddit. Don't try to bring any criticism of the show to the related subreddits. You're going to get banned. Devil May Cry subreddit mods are actively banning anyone who criticizes the Netflix
That's
slop. And the post
insane.
that got this user removed said, you can tell Adi never touched a DMC game if he missed the point of the series this bad. Oh, wrong think. Get him out. Yeah, Reddit moment indeed. Now, we've said a lot about this show, and clearly there's a lot of contempt for the Devil May Cry Netflix series, and a lot of people are not happy about it, right? But what do you think's going to happen? I regret to inform you, ladies and gentlemen, this party's getting crazy. Season 2 is officially confirmed for Netflix's Devil May Cry. Now, you might be scratching your head wondering how did...
I think maybe it sold well because it is top 10 in my country. The series, it's rare for an anime to go top 10. Sakamoto Days did that, but it fell off super quick. Dandadan also did that, also on Netflix, top 10. I'm from South Africa again. So yeah, who knows? Yeah, dude, who knows?
this happen? Well, I would pretty much guarantee that this was a 2-package deal. They probably had 2 seasons on the docket when this whole thing was being funded, and this was always going to happen regardless of how season 1 did, or at least if it did halfway decent. Because
yeah, like animes you gotta cook, man. Like, you know, one thing about animes and catalog with Netflix, they gotta cook them. They gotta like leave them there and they gotta cook. It's not a quick fast, you know. It's like a cook, you know. Because yeah, they take a while. They don't go top 10, you know.
And even looking at this poster from visionary Adi Shankar, dude, the pretentiousness just never ends. I know he directed them to say that. Like, it's absolutely crazy. But yeah, a wild situation involving the Netflix Devil May Cry series. If you have any thoughts on it, of course, share it. But that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about all of the topics we covered in today's video in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, Devil May Cry. Gotta watch the series first in order for me to give my full opinion. But yeah, looks a bit rough. Yeah, who knows what, like, yeah. Pretty sad, man, seeing people are not enjoying it. Who knows? We gotta watch it and then we'll see. I'll judge it from there. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. See you on the next video.